Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some 2022 Euro Tour coverage. We're coming at you in Kokkedal, Denmark for the 2022 Kokkedal Open presented by Prodigy Discs. I'm Tony Ferro.
With him, as always, is Cornelius Farnsworth. You're listening to the Ferro Farnsworth commentary team, the early morning edition.
We got some round one feature card for you, MPO. Should be a star-studded card. Some locals here on the field. Let's see what kind of action's going to bring us today. All right, first up, we have Hjalte Jensen, 1001 rated out of Denmark. Looks like a fairly new player with a 6-digit rating. Or sorry, 6-digit PDGA number, my bad.
6-digit rating would be more impressive.
Would be quite crazy. Next up, we have Hakon Kveseth. Another local out of Denmark.
Oh, here's a new face.
Stanislaus Amann. Coming out of Austria. Always love seeing Stan the man. And last but not least, Timo Hartmann, another youngin' coming out of Germany, 1022 rated. This kid has got some skills.
He's got to be one of the highest, if not the highest, current German players with that.
I would agree. But let's kick it off with some action. Hole 1, par 3, 129 meters. This is a new hole since I've last played it a couple years back now. But this looks like a quite nice shot to open off your round. Pretty wide open in the beginning, and just got to hit this little gap late in the flight. Bring it on in softly through these trees. Catch yourself a birdie early on in the round.
And they elevated the basket just to add a little element of difficulty to it. But really not much danger on this hole.
All right, Hjalte up first. Ooh, nice little rip with some Annie on it. Looking a little windy.
It's sounding a little windy too.
Looks like it caught some trees.
This is a wooded course. I don't think the wind will come into play too much, but we'll see how open some of these greens are.
I think after the first two holes, they're going to start really getting into the woods, and wind shouldn't be so much of a factor anymore.
But you've played this course before, and this is the first two are brand new.
That is correct. For me, at least. These are new layouts.
That was also a nice rip there.
Yeah, Hakon just catching right there at that guardian trees. Let's see if somebody can break through this gap. First shot of the round. Timo looked like he ripped it over just a bit too much.
We needed something more stable.
Holy cow. That's a bit deep. All right,
Stan looking real happy to start his round.
Liking that sweatshirt.
Absolutely.
Very snazzy. All right, Stan. A little early on the release. Yeah, it doesn't look like enough Annie. He's going to be left side in the trees. He will have some work to do to get up and down.
So this is the third stop in the Euro Tour this year. For the MP Open players, it's actually only the second tournament, but stop 2 was the Scottish Masters. So just a tournament exclusively for the MP40 and FP40.
Big shout out to Seamus with that course. I love Bluebell Woods.
What's up, Seamus?
All right, Stan trying to break through. Didn't get all the way through there, but he should have enough to get up and down now for the 3. Hakon with a good effort, a little bit right side, but
a little tentative.
Test her first putt, kind of just get it out the way.
Oh.
Ooh. That was nicely lined up for him. Just shaped up, just framed up like a little picture there through the trees. Timo, last chance for a birdie. He's going to be wide right, almost catching a cameraman's foot. Good agility work by the cameraman.
Stan also from circle Certainly circle 1 putt.
Yeah, this looks about 7 meters.
Nice putt.
Cash money.
He's a solid in the circle putter.
Oh, yeah. All right, Timo to clean up the par as well.
Let's get a look at his putting style.
Ooh, a little early. That tree might have been just a bit in his way. He had to maybe get around there on the left side. Unfortunately, to take a bogey on the
he
first
had
hole.
to do just a bit of a half straddle out. Maybe uncomfortable for him.
Well, just a little bit of nerves, maybe.
We've seen it time and time again. The flat left side, right side on these Prodigy baskets are generally not going to stick.
That is 2 times in a row, high left side.
That's a nightmare start, unfortunately, for Timo.
But hey, there's a lot of birdies to be had on this course. Just got to hit your lines. This is a KJ Nybo design. Big shout out to KJ. Absolutely fantastic course design here. Hole 2, par 4, 161 meters. This is coming again from an open area. You got a few guardian trees in the way, and you're just gonna have this dog leg right now. Once you get around these trees here, you're gonna have a pretty straight shot through the tunnel. You can also go left wide around the evergreen trees here in the middle of the fairway. You just want to land it in here softly. There is a few guardians on your way into the green, but relatively open par 4. I can see they all want to score on this one. Okay, Hjalte up with a roller. That is looking nice, catching a tree trunk, but it pops him up very well. He will be in the fairway, looking to get up and down for that birdie.
Yeah, roller makes sense for this fairway.
Yeah, it sure does. I didn't really know what the ground plays like here on this grass, but it seems very favorable for the roller. Hakon, on the other hand, is going to just beeline it straight down the middle. That could be maybe a bit long.
Seems like a very friendly landing zone up there, though. I think that'll be fine.
He might have a few of those little trees in his way, but I believe Hakon has quite a sidearm anyways. Should be no big deal for him to get up and down.
I was wondering if we'd see a roller from Stan as well.
Yeah, he just seemed to just get a little bit too low on that drive, and that is going to be interesting footing for the second shot.
This is a new hole for everyone, but let's see how that mandatory tree comes into play.
Timo looking to get a couple strokes back here, or at least one. But that wind is just slamming it down. That will be a very tough position to get up and down for the birdie. He might just have to settle for par. Small side note, seems like a lot of disc mania on this card to start us off here this morning.
Yeah, well, European disc golf is really dominated by Discmania and Prodigy, I would say.
Yeah, Discmania.
As far as sponsored players.
Starting to make their own discs now, making big moves on the scene. Look for them in the coming years to be a big, big company. They are making moves. Oh, Stan with the sidearm coming up a little bit wide left.
Oh, no. Out of the hand, that looked dangerous.
Yeah, he was pushing it. Let's say he was trying to get up and down from that point and ended up catching a tree.
He's still going to be looking to get up and down from this point.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be for par instead of birdie. Hakon did have a few trees in his way. Great sidearm, though.
Yeah, he really manufactured something out of that.
Yeah, flex sidearm. Coming up a bit deep, but he's got an outside the circle putt for birdie still.
Jensen, sidearm approach.
And this is what I was expecting from most of them.
Well, then this hole really breaks down pretty extremely scoreable.
Unfortunate little reverse roll on that landing, but he's still inside the circle for birdie.
The thing is, this hole ended up, I assume because it's a new hole for a lot of the players, but this is the 4th hardest hole for the course. So
yeah, I'm thinking this wind this morning is definitely playing a big factor. Well, I shouldn't say this morning because these guys are not playing in the morning, but it seems to be playing as a factor.
We're
here.
Commentating in the morning.
Oh, Hakon up for his birdie. It shouldn't be too much in the way.
Oh.
Weird little stepper there, but definitely made it work.
Yeah, it seems like that could be an effective weapon for him.
Might have had a few branches on the ceiling to deal with, keeping that putt from being quite normal, let's say, but great execution. And Hjalte getting on the board first with his birdie.
That was a really good birdie putt. Get him on the board for the tournament, period.
All right, let's see if Timo
he's birdied half of the holes at this point.
Yeah, hey, that's a wonderful start. With these 2 holes to start you off, these are definitely looking to get at least one. And that is a great correction from Timo.
That's nice here. A little applause for that. I mean, that was a nervy putt, I'm sure, for him, but important for his round.
Yeah, that's great for your head. After that first hole, a couple screw-up putts to cash that one on hole 2. Brings your head back into it that you can actually putt still.
I'd have to put it to camera jitters.
Could be. Very well could be. But hole 3. This is getting back into the course I remember. Par 4, 140 meters. Kind of an odd little tee shot where you have to really go around the left side of the trees. There is no real straight line to the fairway. Land yourself somewhere to be able to get up and down to this very, very protected green and an elevated basket. Slightly sloping as well. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but it really brings for some overthrown approaches and big slides and rolls when you get up into the green. But here you can see Hjalte executing the shot quite nicely. Maybe the wind slammed that down a bit. We'll have to see where he landed.
It's like a left to right crosswind or slight headwind for these guys.
Very true. But this is definitely the line that they are.
A little more than a slight headwind. How do you approach this hole? You play over the top like
exactly? Yeah,
that's the shot.
There's really no other way. You can do it sidearm. You can do backhand.
I was thinking, but 140 meters in this wind sidearm.
Well, let's see what Timo's going to do here. Just a little low, but that had lots of steam on it.
Hung up somewhere.
Yeah, it's tough to tell where he's landing. Maybe they're all landing a bit left side. All right, standing up with a method. Just looking for some placement here. That's a smart play.
Just get a look at it, period.
Yeah, oh, there she is. Caught the guardian tree on the entrance, but that is actually great. You're going to be wide open. You have a backhand hyzer approach for the righty to get into the basket. You can see Hakon there. He had to really manufacture some kind of a shot to get through the gap and still try to get some distance while going left.
Now, being a par 4, you can still get out of here with a par.
And
interesting fact, 12 of the holes on this layout are bogey, are par 4 or par 5.
That's great.
2/3. This is a long, long course.
That's great design. When you have the space to do it,
sure.
I see no other reason for it.
And this is a KJ Nybo designed course, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, this is very well designed. Has lots of troublesome areas with some difficult technical shots.
Like you said, though, how lucky to have such a beautiful property with this much space to Just have free run to lay out course. Totally awesome.
This would be a dream to have at our home. So Hakon just laying it up. Doesn't want anything to do with that big putt on the elevated basket. Hjalte just get
Real
his
tester.
birdie outside the circle. Just a little bit low. It's all right. Still early on in the round. 1 down. You can still make moves.
Oh.
Stanny just a little left side.
It
and
was just a
skidding
little
through.
left. I'd say he didn't deserve that, but that's the game.
That's a rare sight to see on Prodigy baskets. You really don't see him spit through the chains.
Okay, so he's clearly made the correction from hole 1.
Timo's on the move.
He's not messing with that left side anymore. That's not fun.
That was a solid putt. And he's right.
That's 2 solid putts in a row.
And he's center of the chains right there, too. And he's hitting the Prodigy baskets exactly like they want to be hit.
Yeah, that's really promising, though. Good, nice turnaround for him on the putting green.
And we'll move on to hole 4. This is another par 4, 126 meters. It is a bit short, but it has all the technicality. Slightly uphill drive here off the tee. You want to kind of place yourself somewhere around in here, maybe a little bit more left, and then try to get through this wall. And we're not playing to this basket. We're going to go more around the corner to this Prodigy basket that is protected around these small trees. Lots of difficulty on this shot, lots of technicality. 2 placement shots are needed to be able to score on this hole. Timo up first. Turning it over. Is he going to... Yeah, see, that's the issue, but he should be able to get through those trees. No big deal. Stretching around something, I would say. He pushed the limits trying to get through the gap on the first shot.
That looked like it was going to get cleanly through.
Yeah, there was also quite the execution.
Not the worst kick.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the right kick that you want to have. Hakon with the sidearm.
Misrelease.
Yeah, looked a little bit early out of the hand, or maybe not enough anhyzer on it. Just catching a guardian tree early. He's going to have some work to do. Stan the man. Oh, just early. Nose up out the hand. It did not roll over quite like he was hoping. And he catches the first guardian tree in the middle of the fairway. And he will be up first for his approach.
I mean, that's really the only tree to miss to hit this fairway. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, you could see he was really pushing the envelope there.
That was aggressive.
Trying to go, yeah. Respect from Timo, because that's 1.5 meters wide, maybe. I mean, that's some.
There must be no option over the top.
No.
Okay.
And with a flex sidearm, almost.
He's in serious scramble mode now.
But I mean, you can see when you try to push it here and then you kick off into the woods. There's so many trees.
H1. Another roller.
Oh, yeah. Hakon, that would look so sweet.
Oh, they're having some trouble on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, for 126 meters, this has so much teeth on it.
It averaged under par for the field.
Yeah, they just broke it down like it was cake, but that's, he's a local. That's what you got to do there.
That's a good point.
He's not even happy with it. Look at him. He's like, I'm like 5 meters wide right. What was I thinking? Timo just rolled his wrist a bit. He's going to be mid-circle 1, putting for the birdie. Can't be too upset, but I'm sure he was expecting a little bit
he's still trying
better.
to erase a couple strokes from hole 1, so. Stan. Still with a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah, just trying a bit too hard to get up and down for the par. Yanks it a bit, catches another tree. Hakon with the Jeremy Coling step putt, having his foot in front of the mini first and then lifting it up right before
good
he
observation.
putted. Nicely done. Great diversity. Stan.
That was on line, but that was clearly not an aggressive putt, but a putt with aggression.
A little too much want, let's say. And he's got.
I'd like to see him can this.
Tester, comebacker. Just a bit too little want on that one.
Yeah, Stan unfortunately played a lot more than the other guys on this hole. Okay, that one is much different than...
Okay, that was just a bit high, but I actually would have expected it to go in.
Me as well.
Maybe left side, if you want to call it something.
These baskets really have a sweet spot.
It's right where that yellow tape is.
Yep. So, dead bullseye. Okay, we're seeing him flop a couple putts too low.
Well, his
already
basket just has a force field around it. Okay, Hakon cashes in the par. No harm, no foul. Stan will unfortunately have to take a 7. But that's what happens when you're in the woods scrambling. And he risked it on the second shot, so you kind of have to just take it, accept it. But we'll move to hole 5. This is a very gettable par 3. You have a really tight gap off the tee. 68 meters, slightly downhill shot. You can take a backhand Annie if you're righty, or sidearm. Really dealer's choice here. It will have to go a little bit left or right on the flight. Let's see if they can execute. Cash this in. This is much needed early in the round. Timo just a bit too tight, maybe too overstable of disc.
It looked like a mid-range that he had in the hand as well.
Yeah, you can see now that tight gap right off the tee. It's only about 3 meters wide or so. You really got to just make sure you pure this.
There we go.
Let the disc do its own work. It was just a bit too high from Hakon. He started fading out early.
Yeah, you see how protected that basket is.
No, it's not a big shot, but it's technical. It's just too inside. Yeah. Okay, so the get 'em hole, maybe I was wrong?
This is playing as the third easiest hole.
Okay, so...
for the field today.
So our feature card here just having a little bit of trouble off the tee.
Yeah, this
Gonna have to make some big things happen from downtown. No, okay, just a good up and down from Stanny there. This will be for par for Hjalte. Come on. Oh, just a little low left, but great effort. That was a big putt. Timo cash in.
Good run, Timo. Yeah.
Yeah, just fading with the hill a bit. Just needed a bit more steam or a little bit of Annie or something on there. Hakon with the last attempt.
Really smooth stroke on that putt. Effortless.
I will say, he is a big guy. He has so much power with just nothing. I mean,
it's like Shaquille O'Neal shooting free throws.
If you notice when he throws, his hand is fully fan gripped when he throws his big drives. And I mean, they go 160, 170 meters with ease.
I can see how having big hands and long fingers, that's not necessarily an advantage, is it?
For disc golf,
I mean, say for a power grip.
Yeah, not necessarily. It's probably hard to grab the disc. hole 6, par 3, 94 meters. Another tunnel shot right down the woods. And you're going to want to just filter in here a little bit to the left. Get right over this guardian log here. Find yourself on the green. Hope you don't skip too far past. Any angle on the disc when it comes in is going to just flare off to the side. But this is one, again, you want to get on the front here. Get yourself going for the round.
Really nice looking shot out of the hand.
Oh, that's laced. Oh, that had the height to go in.
That was a really awesome shot.
All right.
Laced it.
Let's say that'll be a birdie for Timo. He is park job. You can kind of see Hakon's full fan grip there.
You can kind of see him taking a lot off of that shot. That was about a 34% power for him.
Probably with a putter. You know, just a 94 meter slightly uphill shot. No big deal.
This sets up well for Stan.
Oh, but he looked at it too quick and he yanked it right. But he finds himself well for Stan through the trees. And he'll be inside the circle for a birdie. All right. Hjalte to get back on track here. Oh, that looked a little late.
Enough?
But he's up there. That's just outside the circle. That's not
Three
bad.
looks.
These guys really catching some luck through the right side of the woods there.
Actually, sorry, all 4 players have a look at birdie.
Come on. Oh, that looked clean. Just a little left side from Hakon.
That was a long-range shot.
That was a good mid-circle 2-putt from that big man there.
Oh, low left.
There it is. Prodigy loves that side. Low
Get
left.
it up a little higher, Hjalte.
Hey, it's in.
Yeah?
In is in.
Low left is okay with these baskets. We've discussed that before. Nice shot, Stan.
From the knee. Great putt.
Good composure.
And Timo with the tap in.
Nice birdie.
He'll be back to even now. That feels good. Coming back into the round, 1/3 through. Erase your little mess up to start it off. And you can just take the rest of the round and start getting back under par.
Momentum's going the right way for him, period.
Absolutely. On to hole 7, par 4, 142 meters. Again, not a big distance, but placement, placement, placement. You want to make it down this tunnel. This is slightly downhill, but anything to the right is jail. Land it right around here. If you get crazy, you can try to get some skips through here to get up to the front of these trees. And you're just going to want to find your route through these million trees in the green. Make your way to the basket over here. Try not to get some weird funky kicks off the roots that are on the ground sticking out. Like I said, not a huge hole, but 2 very well placed shots are going to be needed to get the birdie.
Well, more than half of the field did birdie this hole. This is the easiest hole.
Okay.
Period.
Well, Timo just showed me up and just put a hyzer through the trees on the top and hyzered in and came way into the fairway.
And there was one player that eagled this hole. So no spoiler alerts. Could have been someone on this card. I don't know.
Stan doing more what I was expecting. A little bit left, a little bit short of the guardian trees get into the green. And this is what I'm talking about, turning it over right. That is jail over there. He is going to have to manufacture something special to get up and down. Ooh, Hakon a little bit late, but that's got some stability on it.
Great kick.
And that is right in the middle of the fairway.
Almost a smile. Yeah, a little bit of a emotion. I saw something there.
He gave the smirk of, yeah, that wasn't the greatest, but I got lucky. Ooh, pretty disc.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing.
Usually pretty discs do nice things, and that sure did. That is an impressive
He had
sidearm
nothing.
roller. I mean, from the camera angle.
Speaking of nothing, well, he's probably happy to even get that far forward.
But this is what I remember.
Tough position.
When you get off the fairway here, it's not so easy to get up and down, even on the easiest hole on the course here.
Well, speaking of easy to get up and down,
Hakon,
that with he posterized that drive and still had less than optimal angle. Yeah, nice putt, Stan.
Atta boy, circles edge, cashing in for back-to-back birdies. All right, Hjalte to do the same.
All right, he's also made the correction on the putting green.
There we go.
That's nice to see. He had several low, and that was just picture perfect.
Whew. Hakon, little high there, but that is in.
Hakon with the Kevin Jones putt.
Well, he's so tall. I mean, Kevin Jones, different story, but Hakon, he needs to be that low to get into the basket. And Timo, just a little left side. He is going to take the birdie. That could have been for eagle. Too bad, but hey, star frame nonetheless. We will move on to hole 8. Another shorter par 4, but very technical by far. Gonna have to hit this gap off the tee as usual, and then get another late gap mid-flight to land somewhere around here, or if you're looking to push, you can skip a little bit here and try to move left a bit, shorten up your approach shot, which is fairly wide open. Once you get out of the first 2 gaps, you should be able to manufacture something. The trees on the left here, there are many trees, but it's not so bad. The real bad spots are here early.
Yeah, that's clear. What a beautiful hole.
That was the greatest ricochet
I've
ever seen.
I'm questioning physics, basically, at this point.
Well, I mean, he should have been in the nastiness on the left side with that drive, and then it ricocheted and put him past position.
It ricocheted, increased in speed by 40%.
Oh, Stan.
First available Stan.
So Stan is going to show us what the rough is like on this hole, because that is not a good spot to be in.
Oh, he's quietly had birdies on the last 2 holes as well, so that's going to cool him right off, I think.
And Hjalte kicking the second gap. He had made it through the initial gap, but hitting the second gap of trees. Kicking him left, he will have to go through these large trees.
That sets up really well for that low slinging sidearm.
Yeah, Hakon is about the same distance as Hjalte, but just a little bit more right than Hjalte landed. Oh, and Stan having even more trouble on the green, ricocheting off of a branch and going even further right into the woods. Let's see if he can get...
yeah.
Oh, nice. Just playing position there. That was very well executed. That was probably one of the tightest tunnels he's hit all day.
Some good target shooting.
All right, Hjalte, sidearm Annie.
Kind of poking and hoping.
It seemed like it had a bit too much Annie on it, or kicked a tree or so and just kept going left. He's going to have a little bit more work to do to get up and down. Oh, and Hakon just catching one of the first guardian trees in front of him.
Try to get up and down.
Oh, but that's a nice little route to get up and down. That should be no big deal.
That was a nice little controlled.
Good control approach. Little nose up floater. And he'll be about 4 meters away for the par.
Long range.
Hjalte getting up and down as well. He should be about 7-8 meters, a little bit further behind than Hakon for the par.
Stan opting for the throw in instead of
this is
jump putt.
For par for Stan. but that is a bit short, and it did catch a tree root and roll a little bit to the left. He's going to still have work to do.
Stan's got a real colorful scorecard at this point, so it's going to unfortunately add a little more of the red.
And Timo with another eagle chance.
That's true.
Unfortunately, just a little bit short right, but I don't think it went very far. He should have a tap-in birdie. What a couple of kicks on the last 2 holes for Timo.
Absolutely.
Great little turnaround from
But
hole
unfortunate to not capitalize on at least one of those.
Ooh, Stan a little timid on that putt. That was happy to go in there, I would say. Oh, Timo for birdie. That'll be turkey.
Yeah, that was not a gimme.
Yeah,
nice
for him
birdie
right
cleanup.
Right now they're in the woods. You can hear the wind, but you can obviously, with the trees and the stuff, you can see that it's not really blowing for them right now. So this is go time. This is time to get some birdies, get some minus on that score.
Hakon playing some real consistent golf, all pars with 1 birdie.
And we'll get into hole 9, another par 4, 167 meters. You have this long straight shot, late gap to hit, and you want to just push it down the fairway here through another gap as we curve a little bit to the right. Man, you're pretty much going to want to beat these last trees here. Set yourself up on this green. Believe there is OB long here, but that shouldn't really be a problem for these guys. They're looking to get another birdie here.
That's correct. The road beyond the basket is OB. The road and past.
But these guys are definitely looking to score on this one. This is one of the more wide open par 4s on this course.
That's going to be a look for eagle.
And
that long look, but
I think that's just a nice position for up and down.
From this camera angle, oh, that came out. I would say.
Whoa.
What is going on right now? I think that was a tree direction into an Anheuser. Stan's still not sure what he just saw.
I'm baffled. What was that?
It looked like an air bounce misrelease with the serious nose up. But
and then
speaking of
flight, it like turned 45 degrees.
What a well-controlled shot from Stanislaus.
That's how I remember this hole. You shoot the nice soft hyzer, and then you have another soft hyzer to get into the basket. These guys are doing some craziness. Timo flexing a sidearm, going back door, and that's on the dance floor.
That's okay.
He might have a few trees, like little small trees to deal with on his putt, but maybe a little straddle out to the left will just give him a nice wide open jumper. Stan in the normal landing zone, I would say, with a beauty hyzer, catching one of the back trees. Ricochets him inside the bullseye. Hakon way up the fairway. Oh, but he was in some nastiness.
It looked like he tried to throw it. It seemed like a good situation to roll it right up there into the circle. Maybe
he had to get through a gap or something first. Hjalte with just a little jumper, but catching some trees. He's going to be at circle's edge for the birdie.
Yeah, a lot of guardians in front of this basket.
That's quite unfortunate considering the drive that he had. Hakon up first, outside the circle for the birdie.
What an awesome line.
It in.
It just stayed up the whole way.
Yeah, you just rode the wind. Yeah, let's get a little replay. Nose up.
No
and
flutter.
It's just riding that wind. Oh, that was so nice.
What a good effort.
Super cool to watch those putts.
Not to be big putted, Timo Hartmann.
With a little opposite wind, but
look at that. Was not big putted, but that was a big putt.
That was also just outside the circle. And
look at the second half of his front 9. This is a great story so far today. Timo with a double bogey on hole 1, and then just snatching up 5 birdies through the rest of the front 9.
What a great little stretch.
Awesome. Great to fun. It's really fun to comment on.
Yeah, they're just floating it over the top. That headwind just picked it up right out of his hand. That's a tester comebacker now.
Yeah, they haven't really had to deal with the wind element for several holes. Okay, no. That had nothing to do with the wind element.
No way. I hate watching putts like that.
Can you adjust the baskets? Is there some sort of fine tuning?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
That's from an eagle to a bogey. Well, eagle. Okay, from an easy up and down birdie to an unfortunate bogey.
The elusive Eghjorten.
Hard to finish your front 9 that way, but you're still even. Lots of room to fight on the back 9.
Just stand over par at this point.
Hakon leading the card, Timo leading the card at -3 with that huge 4 birdies in a row. But we see some familiar faces on the top of that.
Email Barbie at the top of our. Emil Barb, huh? Just a little shout out there for our friend.
And shout out to Jerome and Victor Brown, the Brown family, getting up on that leaderboard.
Also, yeah.
Catch us around for the back 9, guys. Stay tuned.